So another new trailer dropped, and I'm not sure how I feel, if I even care, about the new Mummy movie starring Tom Cruise. Because I'll let you in on a secret, Chris. I have not seen one movie in the Mummy franchise or the Scorpion King.
Straight up, the only movie in
it
the
was huge.
Brendan Fraser Mummy franchise that's worth watching is the first one. And honestly, Scorpion King is kind of like just cheesy entertainment.
Rock. Yeah.
It's cheesy entertainment. It's not as bad as the Mummy sequels were.
Okay.
Because they were spectacularly bad.
But they still made them. They still got made.
Them. Yeah.
But here we are with a reboot. Definitely looks higher in production value, which I don't know, because I mean the original Mummy movies were kind of designed to be those blockbuster movies, right? But Tom Cruise, huge movie star.
I did not expect to see Tom Cruise in the Mummy reboot.
Huge movie star. Now, do you think this is gonna doesn't the Mummy movies, don't they take place in the past?
Yeah, the original with Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz takes place in 1930.
It's a period piece.
1930, somewhere around there. Because it's, I think, between World War I and II.
Right. But this one looks to take place in modern day.
Yeah. They're on a plane at the very beginning.
Yeah. Because planes only existed in 2016.
Of course.
Right?
Obviously. But no, I mean, then, the spoiler alert, the plane crashes in the trailer.
Right.
And Tom Cruise wakes up in a body bag in a, sterile looking
So Tom
morgue.
Cruise is the Mummy. He comes back from the dead.
Obviously.
Case closed.
Yep.
Movie's over.
Yep.
You don't need to see it.
Yeah.
But no, the Mummy, there's a girl mummy in it, and she's got 4 pupils instead of 2.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool little effect.
She's kind of hot.
Yeah.
I mean, in a
Enchantress
dead body kind of way. No, she's hotter than the Enchantress. They should, no, seriously, after the Mummy comes out on Blu-ray, they should do a mashup of the new Mummy with Suicide Squad and replace all of Enchantress's scenes
with the Mummy
with
from
the Mummy,
Mummy
because she was a better Enchantress than the Enchantress was. But here's the thing, man. So it kind of feels like Tom Cruise is maybe on the way out.
Really?
Because do you think he would be doing a reboot of The Mummy 10 years ago?
I mean, 10 years ago, let's see, 2006, they were still making the Mummy movies.
But still, would he have done one of the sequels?
No.
10 years ago?
That's the thing, though. The sequels were already trash by that point.
Right.
Whereas now we are, 10 years separated from the last of those sequels. And I think they're probably trying to work this movie into that Universal monster movie shared universe with Dracula Untold and whatever the fuck that
Frankenstein
movies. I think it was that one.
Yeah, because I don't think the Victor Frankenstein movie was part of that.
No, that was the one with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max Landis wrote that. By the way, friend of the show.
Friend of the show, Max Landis wrote that one. I haven't seen that one. Is it decent?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's more of a story of the relationship between Igor and Victor Frankenstein.
Who played Victor?
James McAvoy.
Yeah. I couldn't remember. I knew it was two that I recognized. I could only remember Daniel Radcliffe.
Right, but so Tom Cruise is basically the Brendan Fraser of our generation now.
Ugh. When is he gonna make Blast from the Past?
I don't know, but that movie was awesome.
I really did.
Here's
love
the
that
deal.
movie.
There's actually a movement on Reddit, and I think there's a trending hashtag called Save Brendan. To get people to start casting Brendan Fraser in movies again. Apparently, he's his last few movies have been duds. His last big movies.
I can't even tell you what the last movie that I actually saw him in was.
He did remember Monkey Bone?
Yeah.
I liked that movie.
I enjoyed that movie. Yeah, I
but
did.
It bombed terribly.
Bedazzled. He was in the Bedazzled remake.
Yeah. And, they bombed, and so he kind of quit getting cast and stuff. But if you remember, for a while there, I mean, he was George of the Jungle.
Yep.
He was...
I, as a kid, loved.
Who was the Mountie guy that he was?
Oh, Dudley Do-Right.
Yeah, he was Dudley Do-Right. He was Encino Man.
Mm-hmm. The 90s were good. The 90s were good to Brendan Fraser.
To Brendan Fraser, but his wife, they got divorced, and he has to pay out a ridiculous alimony and child support payment.
Shit.
I mean, we're talking the last figure I saw, and of course this is I don't have proof of this, but
right.
I just read it on Reddit that He's paying something like $800,000 a month.
Does he even, like, he, again, hasn't been in anything in 10 years. What
Right,
could he
but
possibly...
but here's the deal. When you're a bankable star like that, you can amass a great fortune very quick. And he's probably still
he was in every movie
getting
in the
paid.
90s, so...
He's probably still getting paid from
Residuals,
all those movies. Yeah. But he just isn't really acting in anything anymore, or at least in anything big that we could see him in.
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up. Brendan Fraser divorce settlement.
All right. But no, as far as Tom Cruise sort of playing the Brendan Fraser character in this movie, I feel like that's probably accurate. Well, like, I don't know the girl that's playing the main love interest, the blonde girl that was in the trailer.
Oh, he's only paying $50,000 monthly.
That's not too bad, but if you haven't made anything new in a while, that's probably goddamn huge
that adds
chunk.
up. It's more than I make in a year.
Yeah. But for former biggest star in the world, Brendan Fraser, at least at the time, that probably wasn't much.
What was that movie that he was in where he was like a football player and he was Jewish and he went to this school? Shit.
Yeah, I was about to say I have no recollection of this one.
It's a good fucking movie, dude. I'm telling you. Here, I'm looking up his filmography right now.
Yeah, you might as well see what he's been in
School
lately.
Ties.
I'm interested to see what he's been in lately.
Let's see. The Nut Job in 2014, which I saw that and it was terrible. Gimme Shelter before that. Pawn Shop Chronicles, A Case of You, Escape from Planet Earth, Standoff, Furry Vengeance, Extraordinary Measures. I haven't seen any of these.
I haven't heard.
The last movie that I've even heard of was in 2009, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra. He played Sergeant Stone.
He was in that?
I guess so.
The Rise of...
That was cameo,
the first one, right?
As a cameo, yeah.
Where you find out that, spoiler alert, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is Cobra Commander?
Yeah. So, I don't know. It looks like right now he's working on a movie called The Field. He's playing Charlie Cheru Joplin, and it's filming right now. So, hopefully that'll be a kind of a turnaround.
Did the hashtag Save Brendan thing
maybe
work
it
out?
Did.
Maybe it worked.
Maybe his career has been revived.
I do kind of love that our review of the Mummy trailer has turned into, what's Brendan Fraser up to?
Because I care about him more than I care about Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is crazy, dude.
He is absolutely batshit crazy. Edge of Tomorrow is great.
Edge of Tomorrow was really good. Tom Cruise is a great actor.
The new Mission Impossible movies are all really good, too.
No, they are.
Rogue Nation.
He's a great actor, but dude, he's a Scientologist, man. And, I've had this obsession with Scientology for so long. I remember back like 10 years ago whenever I was on dial-up AOL looking up stuff on the Church of Scientology. And I've seen, tons of documentaries. The Going Clear. I've been watching Leah Remini's series that's on A&E right now. And it's just such a crazy, like, religion. And it's just so surprising that Tom Cruise is in it. And if you watch some of his interviews, like the one he did with Matt Lauer, and he's, kind of flips out on him about, psychiatry being evil and shit. And he's like, I've studied psychiatry. I know what I'm talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, Matt Lauer. You're glib. I don't even know what glib means.
It's hard to describe.
Right. It's a dumb word, and no one should use it.
But he actually legitimately used that word.
Matt, you're being glib. I've studied the history of psychiatry. I know that it doesn't work, And then if you ever watch, and you can see it on YouTube, he did a like a promotional video for Scientology, talking about how great it is and how it's gonna save the world and shit. But then you see all these accounts from all these other people that have left the church, and like just one of the recent episodes of Leah Remini's show where she basically goes and talks to ex-members in each episode,
right?
And they kind of detail,
because she herself is an ex-member.
Yeah, she was in the church for 35 years.
Yeah.
And they just kind of detail what they had to go through and the whole disconnection stuff. And this one lady was just crying so hard about her family abandoning her because she got out of this religion. It's really hard to not believe somebody, especially when all their stories are so similar.
Yep.
And they show such real emotion. And the church itself just trashes these people. They
rip.
It's the fair game policy, man.
They rip into people that leave the church.
Yeah.
And they have all of your dirt in a file.
Right.
So...
And you know what? We're talking about it. And somebody from the church is probably going to hear this.
Oh, crap.
I'm just saying, because I'm going to tag Scientology in the video. Hi, Karen. Karen Powell is the spokesperson for Scientology right now. And, yeah.
Are you legitimately trying to get us on
blacklisted
Scientology's
by
blacklist?
Seriously, and I asked you were talking about the possibility of moving to Florida, and I was like, how far is that from Clearwater? I want to go check out the church.
Yeah.
I just want an auditing session.
I just want to know where my thetans are.
Yeah, I want to meet Xenu, the galactic warlord.
In the spaceships that look like DC-8s.
Right. But see, and that's all purely speculation. We don't know for sure. But I have a healthy distrust of any religious organization, especially one that keeps all of their scriptures, quote unquote scriptures, private. Mm-hmm. That was started by a science fiction author.
Who was a known pedophile?
Yeah, I don't know about that. Allegedly. Let's make sure, clean up your language there.
Okay, fair enough. That is.
Luckily, we don't put our real names on the show. Steve.
All right, Gerald.
All right, you ready to move on?
Absolutely.